PWP Nation,
where wrestling discussion lives.
Well, hello there. Dukes, Keith, and Griff here from the Anything But Credible podcast, a.k.a. the ABC Pod. Fellas?
Holla.
Oh, hello. We're here to let you know that you could be possibly missing out on the best podcast ever created, aside from the Offended podcast, of course, and you don't want to be missing that. Now, what makes us the best? Griff? Yeah, great. Keith? Exactly. Look, I'll keep it really simple for you. Crazy people, crazy news, crazy theories, crazy uncredible. That's right. We made that word up. Griff, Keith, say something crazy for me.
Russia wants you to believe in Finland. Real.
Nice. Look, you can find us just about anywhere that you get your podcasts, especially Apple Podcasts. Also, don't forget to hit us up on Facebook at ABC Pod. That's ABC POD. Twitter at _ABC Pod. And Instagram at ABC Podcast. Check in with us for a new episode every Monday and join the conspiracy to commit stupid. We will see you then, and shout out to the Offended Podcast.
Adios.
Later, guys. Like you more than a friend.
Welcome to the Game of Thrones review show, what I am now calling Two Lords and a Lady by Offended, presented by PWP Nation. It's your boys, Lord Tricky, Lord Stoutsy, and Lady Katie of House Naked. What's up?
Hello.
Not gonna say anything?
Hi. Yeah, I was good. I was like, hey. He's not speaking.
I was into the music.
I know. Jesus, ADD. Oh, what? Sorry, the music's still playing in the background. I didn't know we're supposed to be talking yet. Yeah, who doesn't like the song? Got a lot to talk about today. We didn't have an episode last week because we were seeing the 1975 in Kansas City last week.
What?
Yeah. So we gotta talk about last week's episode first, and then this week's episode, and then preview the last episode ever for Game of Thrones.
I'm sad.
Are you really?
Yeah. It's my favorite show ever.
Oh my god. Until the next great show comes along.
Barry.
No, this has been pretty much it.
Nerd.
I know.
Nerd.
You're a mark.
Before we start, though, I want to get your opinion on this, Jim. Do you think this season's been as bad as people have been saying it is?
No. What it is it's what I like to call the final season effect. Is where any show, like in the last decade, where there's been like a final season, everybody has their own like expectations, their own storyline, like already pretty much implemented in their brain. Mm-hmm. And when it doesn't go the way they think it should go or whatever, they automatically just fucking bash on it, find reasons to hate it, like all this stuff. Like the main thing I've seen is people like, we had the first 7 seasons, you're like, I don't know where it's going to go. Where's it going? And I'm like, well, yeah, exactly. And now in the final season, there's one goal, which everybody knew what was going to be. There's one like straight line, and it's who takes over the throne. So you're not going to get as many like wild, crazy moments probably because there's one story being told, and that is who's taking the throne. Like everybody's expecting like these wild side pieces and all, or I don't know how to say it, but like I think it's just the final season effect. Everybody's just like, oh, I'm sad that it's over, and like how come every episode isn't fucking blowing me out of the water? And it's like, dude, it's like to build to like
right
what's gonna happen. That's just my opinion. I think it's just people being like boo boo.
Yeah. And like, like people like, and now they're taking like all the actors, like people are asking the actors like, how you feel about the season, how do you feel about like everything, how the last season's going. They're like, oh, it's like they don't know like what to say because number one, they don't want to spoil anything, and number two, it's not a happy ending. So like fucking all these people are taking the actors' words way out of context, and they're like spinning them to where they think like the actors completely hate the season, which is far from the fucking truth. Like,
yeah, if that was true, how come like there was like 3 or 4 of the actors on Twitter that are like, you better fucking be ready for tonight's episode, or you want to get, you know, who was it? Leo Clark's like, get the biggest TV you can. Sansa was like, this episode's gonna blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, no, like Pretty sure they're happy with it. No, that's just what I think. I think it's the final season. Everybody had their own like big ideas in their head, and like, has there been some episodes, like a couple like parts in episodes where I'm like, okay, but like all in all, I'm like, it's a pretty damn good episode, and there's a story being told. Like I said, there's only one like goal in this season. There's not like the other seasons where there was a bunch of other stuff going on. It's like there's one goal, and it's who's taking over the fucking throne. So, yeah.
And it's like, there's the one video that, like, sticks out the most to me is Emilia Clarke getting asked, like, how do you feel about this season? Like, she's like, and this was before the last episode came out. Now it kind of makes fucking sense why she was acting like that, because she knows people are going to fucking hate her now, like, for a little bit. Like,
right.
And it's like, people that are taking this out of context, I'm just like, I don't want to call out anybody because I like some of the people that are saying this, but it's like, fuck, you watch wrestling. Like, this was a heel turn. Like, you should like this. Like,
yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, if that wasn't like dramatic enough for you, then I don't know.
Right. Like,
I said, people are just finding stuff to. Like, it's like, when was it? Episode 3, like the fight scene. It was like, I can't see anything. I'm like, it wasn't even that bad.
No, it wasn't that bad at all. And it's like, on top of that, like, it was cool because it gives you the point of view from the fucking, like, the good guy's perspective, basically.
Yeah, like, think a little more artistically rather than, like, if that was like a bright ass scene, people would be like, that was just kind of weird. Like, it was just like bright and like,
right.
It's like, people are just gonna find shit to bitch about because it's not going the way they want it to go.
I agree. I think people are gonna bitch no matter what, just because it's cool to have an opinion.
Well, and on top of that,
cry
like,
about stuff.
Game of Thrones has gotten so big now. It's like you're gonna have all these haters now. I mean, you see it with Star Wars. You see it with fucking wrestling. You see it with wrestling all the time. Like, anything that's fucking massive, it's gonna have all these fucking haters. And to me, it's almost like I forget about all the people that watch Game of Thrones that don't comment on Game of Thrones, like on social media too. How many people actually like it? Like, what does blow my mind though is that, like, apparently the last episode was like the lowest viewed episode of all time in Game of Thrones history, which blows my mind a little bit. And I just feel like I don't know if I buy it. I don't know if I buy like these reports. Like, I just feel like that's got to be false, right?
Yeah, I don't see people like tuning out.
Yeah, like
last season.
They've been invested this long. Yeah. They're not going to tune out after. I don't know.
Was there a big basketball game on Sunday night?
It was Easter.
This past Sunday?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant the week before this past Sunday.
No, it was this. Apparently, the last episode was the one that was like the least viewed, which doesn't make any sense to me because it's like fucking. It just doesn't make sense. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
No, there's HBO subscriptions. Their free trials ended. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's actually not a bad point. How many people do you think had watch parties for like this one and stuff too? And if there was an NBA final game on, which I think now that I'm thinking about it, that may have been the double overtime NBA game that played that night. Or there was a game 7, I think, Sunday night.
I thought the big one was like Monday night or last night. Monday night? What the fuck's today? Tuesday. Yeah, no, maybe it was Sunday.
Let's see. I'm going to look it up real quick.
Yeah, I don't know. Either way, I think it's just bullshit people put on the internet to make it seem like it's worse than what it is.
Right. Yeah, it's totally being blown out of proportion. Like, completely being blown out of proportion. Yeah, so there was 2 Game 7s on... there was 2 Game 7s on Sunday. And
2 Sundays ago. Or no, last Sunday.
This past Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, actually, yeah, there was only 2. And that determined who was going to the conference finals. So, I mean, like, the NBA is pretty fucking popular. Like, if you're going to put a Game 7 against, like, any TV show, ratings aren't going to be that good. And this goes the same for, say, for WWE. Monday night's ratings, like, went up by a lot last night, and there was no NBA games.
Right.
It's like,
I said, it's just people probably just putting shit on the internet just to fucking make things look worse than what they are.
Yep. I 100% agree. With that being said, let's go now back 2 weeks ago. And oh my god, I just had it in my head and I lost it. What was the episode called?
The Last of the Starks.
Is that what it's called?
I think so.
Oh.
Wow, look at you just coming through in the clutch. The Last of the Starks, got it.
This is
let me just pump my tires real quick. I got it.
This is where they all are like celebrating.
Yes,
right?
yeah. And Gendry's like, hey, I want seconds. And Arya was like, no, thank you. It wasn't that good.
I was disappointed.
Yeah, because how does that start off? They're all just celebrating, pretty much just getting hammered and shit-faced.
Yep.
Oh, well, it starts off really sad when they burn all the bodies.
Yeah.
And it turns into everybody getting... everybody just eating a bunch of food and getting hammered and celebrating being alive.
Trying to bang.
Fucking Tormund was like, I'm going to go get her today. And then he got rejected, but he was like, oh well. And this guy found another girl, banged her instead.
Yep.
Brienne got her cherry popped.
Yep.
That she did. Good for her. Congrats.
By the man rocket that is Jaime Lannister.
Yeah,
Man
we had...
What? You never heard Man Rocket before?
No.
What?
What is that?
Wow.
What?
Jeez Louise, where have you been?
No doubt. You need to listen to Spit and Chicklets a little more.
Or just listen to us.
I'll get right on that.
A rocket is like just a good looking man coming from another man, basically. It's a man rocket. Girls are smoke shows.
All right.
Girls are smoke shows. Yeah, so then we also had Gendry. Was he what was he knighted? Like Lord of something?
Oh yeah.
Oh, the stone, Dragonstone, right?
I thought it was like Lord of South something.
I forget. It's where he's from. We're so good at like talking about the smaller characters on the show.
I thought it was Dragonstone. It's not where he's from. He's from King's Landing.
We don't give a fuck about you, Christian Bale.
Let's see here. Gendry. But it was weird because all of a sudden he got...
Gendry.
He was just walking by and Lord of Storm's End.
Storm's End, yeah, that's what it is.
He was just like walking up to go find Arya and Danny's just like, hey, you. And he's like, me? He's like, yeah, you. You're going to be a lord now. And he's like, all right, I guess. I'm just a bastard, but whatever.
Yeah, she was all... There was something in that Starbucks, man. I don't know what she was doing. But
oh, God, don't get me started on people freaking out about that.
No shit. No shit.
Like, why do you care so much?
It's not that big of a fucking deal. That's the perfect example of people just overreacting this season on Game of Thrones. That is the perfect example. It's a fucking coffee cup. It has nothing to do with the fucking show.
Yeah, I didn't notice it until after the internet fucking blew
Same.
up.
And it got Starbucks $2 billion in free advertisement.
No. Good for them. But, I think that kind of starts off the episode. Obviously, we pointed out that Gendry decides to just be like, hey, Arya, marry me. Which, honestly, smart move.
No shit.
You just banged her. And then she kills, like, one of the most dangerous people in the history of the show. Like, yeah, I want that to be my wife.
Mm-hmm.
And she's always had his back.
Which, by the way, people who are not smart when they're talking about how easy it was to kill the Night King. Like, they're like, it was so easy to kill the fucking Night King. I'm like, dude, it took fucking a 90-minute battle for them to get to the Night King. It wasn't that easy. Look at all the people that died. Like, Jesus Christ.
And you have to use, he could only, die, 2 ways, couldn't he? Didn't he have to either die by, dragon glass or Valyrian steel?
Yes, I think so.
Pretty much? Yeah, so it's like... Yeah, because people talk about this episode, how easy it was to... Or, I don't know, either shooting down a dragon... Somebody made a comment about, oh, yeah, how come it was easier to kill these dragons or someone, or it was harder to kill, someone in this past episode than it was to kill the Night King. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, there was an army of 1 million fucking dead people that they had to get through somehow to kill this guy. Didn't you see
all the dead bodies?
Like,
in the very beginning of the episode?
Yeah, like, shut the fuck up. Grow up.
Grow the fuck up.
Fucking losers, man.
So what happened after that? That's when I get fuzzy. I remember one thing that happened that made me sad. But I forget how we got there.
Before the sad stuff happened, Up on the Roof made an appearance, and Bronn showed up, made a deal with Jaime and Tyrion.
I don't know if it was a deal. It was kind of a threat.
Well, they ended up making a deal, though. He's like, I won't kill you, but make this happen, and we got ourselves a deal. I mean, that's a deal. But it was just funny, because Bronn, I think, like, really likes them. He's like, I hate your fucking family. I'm so annoyed. I don't want to do this. I don't want to kill either of you. I don't care to, but I don't want to. I just want to be left alone.
Pretty much.
Yeah, he literally was like, I am sick and tired of all this bullshit. I just want my own goddamn place I've been promised for years.
I just want to sing with my friend Robert on top of a fucking roof. That's all I want to do.
With people feeding me alcohol and food. It's too much to ask for.
And I want my own God. And I want my own fucking brothel.
Thank you. I will see you later.
Yeah, thank you. I wish, like, when he left the room, in the background, like, faintly, it'd just be, like, a cappella, just, up on the roof.
I wish he, like, floated away, like, upwards into the sky.
Let me tell you now. Dude, if Game of Thrones on the last episode, if it ends, like, if the show's last scene is just Bronn singing that song, I would laugh my fucking ass off and just, it would all be worth it. Or if it was just a big joke and it just turns into that at the end.
Oh my god.
Or if it ends and he's just sitting on the throne, he just goes, well, that was easy.
Dude, it would just be so funny if it had, like, such a sarcastic, like, joke of an ending just to give the middle finger to all these fans just bitching. Like, all right, fuck you then. Like, great.
Yeah. That'd be hilarious. I think after that, doesn't that kind of start the whole Stark family conversation about Jon Snow and stuff?
Oh, yeah. And Dany starts going crazy. She's like, don't you tell them.
Oh, yeah.
So our friend Nicolette just texted us, and she said 15 minutes in the Game of Thrones, and I'm already crying. Fuck Dany. I go, oh, just wait.
Oh, just wait. You dick.
Well, I mean, fuck. She turns into fucking Vince McMahon. Like, Jesus Christ.
Watch your mouth.
I don't like her anymore.
Watch your mouth.
I never really did care for her.
Anyways,
I started to turn on her.
Going crazy.
What?
Basically, I said Dany starts going crazy in this episode.
Well, we're still 2 weeks ago.
I know, 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
She starts becoming a psychopath.
Yeah, she starts becoming like a stage 5 clinger to Jon. So it's like, I still want to be with you, but it's mine. It's mine. The chair's mine. Don't sit in it.
I don't think he wanted to sit in it.
Yeah, Jon's just like, I don't want it. Like, leave me alone, please.
I'm fucking want it. God, I don't want any of this.
Yeah, Jon Snow is legit just like, I told you I don't want it. Like, it's fine. Stop freaking out. Like, I don't want it. Like, it's legit just like if there was a drunk girl at a bar and she's like,
yeah.
I don't want you to do this. I already told you I don't want it. Like, don't fucking take it. I don't want it. I'm not going to fucking take it. Good.
Jon Snow's like, I just wanted to be a dancer when I was little. I didn't want any of this. Yeah, but yeah, you're right. Dany starts just to get a little more frustrated and worrisome about losing, about not getting the throne.
Yep, and then what was I gonna say? And then Jon Snow tells Sansa, Arya, and Bran that the secret. And then
after they swore not to tell.
Yeah. Liars.
Yeah, Sansa. Well, of course, dumbass Sansa. She's like, "What if there was someone else, Tyrion?" And Tyrion.
She's not a dumbass. She's a cunt. She's a fucking cunt.
I like Sansa.
I actually really like Sophie. I like the actress Sophie Turner, and it's making me like Sansa more now.
I can't believe you guys are more upset with fucking Dany than you are with evil ass Sansa just being a little bitch.
It's the truth.
She's
Survival.
evil.
She's not evil.
Oh, hey, my fucking brother who's helped save this whole fucking place told me not to promise to not tell a secret. And what am I going to do? I'm going to run and tell right away.
Well, that was kind of shitty.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
added fuel to the fire for the next episode. So, blame Sansa.
So I'm looking at the ratings real quick for the next episode. This episode that we're talking about right now, it had 7.8 million people watching, or 17.8 million people watching. This last episode that aired had 12.4 million people watching, which is kind of a dip, but I really think it's because of the NBA. I really do.
Yeah, probably was.
Like, we'll see. Let's see what the ratings will be like for Sunday. I guarantee you it's going to be bigger than what they already hit.
Yeah, definitely.
So Sansa fucking tells, she snitches, and then Arya goes up to the Hound, and the Hound's like, "Where are you going?" And she's like, "I'm gonna go kill Cersei." He goes, "Okay, I'm going that way too. I'll go with you."
Yeah.
There's 2 major sad deaths in this, and I think that's about the episode.
2?
Well, there's
one.
Yeah. There's a super sad goodbye as well.
I was gonna say, Jim, we'll let you take this, Jim.
Oh, yeah.
So bitch-ass Jon Snow, who everybody thinks is just the most perfect guy ever. Everybody else is getting angry. Dany just turned heel. She's the worst human ever. Nah. Oh, really? That surprised you what she did, but what didn't surprise you, or what doesn't surprise you all of a sudden or make you mad? Jon Snow just tells his wolf to fuck off.
He didn't even say anything. He just looked at it and just turned away.
He gave it a look, and I get it. Like I've given my dog like the look of like, hey, all right, man, I'll see you later. But 99% of the time, saying goodbye to my dog, and if I'm going to leave him forever, like Jon Snow does, I don't just. While the wolf is giving me the saddest eyes ever, is like, damn, bro, I was gone forever. I came back, helped you kill some people, and you're just like, hey, go with this big titty milk drinking dude. You're not even gonna give me like a little boop, a little nug rub, like
little boop.
nothing, man. He just fucking, and everybody's just like, oh, but Jon Snow, he's so good looking and sweet, and he just does the best he can. No, fuck him. I mean, I still like him, but no. What a dick, man. That irked me.
That irked me so. Him.
That irked me so bad. I was like, good, you little bitch. I hope you never get the throne. You suck.
What if in like the last episode, like he's like dying, and Ghost
Wolf kills
him? Ghost like walks up to him, and he goes like to like his hands like shaking. He goes to slowly pet Wolf, and Wolf just pees on him and walks away, or Ghost just pees on him and walks away.
Yeah.
Takes a dump on his shoe because he can't reach him.
Maybe they'll be reunited because, the dragons are now down to 1.
The fucking Ghost is going to kill the dragon somehow.
I think Ghost might come back in episode 7.
Probably because he's like, yo, this guy's crazy, just drinking titty milk all the time. Get me out of here.
6.
But yeah,
6 episodes a season.
So that irked me. Oh. Just a little thing. I know it's not too much, but I mean, come on, man. And they're like, oh, we didn't have money for the CGI. I don't care. You walk over and you fake pet something, or you throw it a treat. What a dick. He's the worst.
Ghost. Here's a Scooby snack. See you later.
Ghost friend. Going with the big milk drinking man, who's kind of dumb. Oh, okay. Bye.
Is that where Ghost went? He went with Tormund?
He went to the north, yeah. Or stayed in the north.
You didn't see all... There's a...
I forget that the dog went, or the wolf went with them.
There were some memes that were like, it was like, I want to see the spin-off, and it's like Tormund and Ghost.
Oh my god. It would be a comedy.
Yeah,
it would have to be a comedy.
Yeah.
Like a buddy cop, but like...
Yeah.
set in that time.
And then... I don't even know how it happens. It happens so suddenly.
I've always had blue eyes.
The second dragon dies.
Oh, yeah.
It's out of nowhere. It's just like shot down. I didn't even have time to get sad.
They, that was out of nowhere. Like, they get this plan together to go to Westeros to go basically like confront Cersei and whatnot. And the Iron Fleet just straight up kills one of the dragons. Like out of nowhere too. Like that scene was like, it was like legit they're playing like happy music like in the background, and all of a sudden that spear just goes right through one of the dragons. And it's just like, what the fuck? At first I thought it was going to be like a vision like from Bran or something, and then it just happened. I was like, oh, okay, that just happened. That dragon's dead.
Yeah, I was surprised when that happened too. I was like, oh shit, of course Jon Snow's not on it because, any animal that he's ever come in contact with, he just fucks over, so.
So yeah, that happens, and then all the ships just get destroyed, and what's her name gets captured? Missandei. Missandei gets captured, Grey Worm's freaking out, his bay gets taken, and then kind of jumps back. Okay, so this is where I will agree with on some of these fans a little bit. This I did feel was extremely rushed. And I also thought in the last episode, like the night before to the next day was extremely rushed. Other than that, I have no complaints. It does feel a little rushed. Like I think they could have spread it out into like 8 episodes personally. That's just me.
Yeah.
However,
I agree.
Now we go back and they get another plan together now to go talk to Cersei. And Tyrion, being Tyrion, like, almost seems like he might get through to her a little bit, and then she just turns to Missandei. She's like, do you have any last words? And Dracarys, and then, bam, she's got Ned Stark.
Yep, and the dragon's just in the way back of the field, and he's like, whoa, wait a minute, no, hey,
That's
see all
cool.
these weapons up here? Nah, I'm not breathing fire right now.
Yeah, Dragon's like, nope, we gotta come back. We gotta think of a different plan.
I kind of thought that was a strange last word for her. Like, for her, like...
I said it to you. I said she's gonna say Dracarys.
See, I just didn't see that coming from her, I guess.
I think
for her character.
I think it makes sense because she's been with Dany for so long, and I think it was just like
when
it was like her anger coming out of just like, you guys are fucked. Like
when she was freed by Daenerys, one of the first things she heard her say was Dracarys, and it freed her.
Yeah.
So it comes full circle.
Okay, I can see that.
But I have to give it to the actor that plays Grey Worm. Dude, he did such a good job when he turns his head away from like watching it happen and him just looking fucking angry.
He's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like a dude like I would not want to fuck with, like, at all.
No, me either. That guy's a badass.
Mm-hmm. And he's a good singer too.
Yeah.
Ralphie Ralphie, or however you pronounce his name. What's his like stage name? But yeah, so that was the last of the Starks. Did we leave anything out?
I think that was it.
At the end, before that, Jaime decides that he's going to go back to Westeros to Cersei, and Brienne breaks down in front of him, basically.
Yeah, it was a little too much. I was like, why are you that sad?
She loves him.
I was going to say, it's love, man.
They barely know each other.
What?
Yeah, what?
He was her captor, and then he got his hand cut off,
They were
and
together.
then they've been standing up for each other for like 2
can't-
years.
I was going to say, they were together for like 3 seasons.
You can't know someone after just sleeping with them once. You got to give it a couple times.
They saw each other naked in that hot tub in like season 2.
Yeah, well, just saying.
And she was like, damn, I need some of that man rocket stuff.
But yeah, what a dick move by Jaime.
It was so bad.
Yeah.
It's like she should have just gone with Tormund.
Yeah, he could have gave her a little boop on the head or something,
He would have never left her ass. Ever.
True. Not at all.
He would
The
give
big
her some of
woman.
that Giant's milk.
Oh,
Ew.
man.
Ew. Oh, God.
Wait till he gets word about what happened.
Yeah.
That. He's gonna wish Jaime was around to kill.
So I guess we're on to the last episode.
Yep. Before we get into the last episode that was this past Sunday, the Bells was here. A quick word from our sponsor, Kyle Fauché.
What's up, everybody? Kyle Fauché here to tell you about my brand new podcast, the Going Off Topic podcast, brought to you by the Anything But Credible Network. On Going Off Topic, I look at all forms of media, from different real and theoretical angles that you don't usually hear about. From movies, to TV, to music, to sports, to gaming, to anything really. You never know what the topic will be, but you're guaranteed a new angle and a different conversation about it, that's for sure. You can find Going Off Topic anywhere and everywhere that you get your podcasts. Check out our social media feeds on Facebook, Going Off Topic with Kyle Fauché, on Twitter, going_off_topic, and don't forget about anythingbutcredible.com, where you can find everything for the pod, including the written blog post. That's right, we're carrying over the Going Off Topic blog to anythingbutcredible.com too. So check it all out there, and I'll catch you on the next topic.
All right. Here we go. So, it's past episodes, past Sunday. The bells. I thought this episode was really well done. I really enjoyed this episode. And this was the episode that got people all pissed off. But I mean, I get it. It was not a happy episode. But I was legit sitting there, just like, my jaw dropped. Like, I was like, what the fuck? Like, are you serious? Like, you can kind of see it was coming a little bit. Like, I'm like, oh, she's going to freak out. I was like, don't do it. Don't fucking do it. And then there she goes flying. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. She just turned into a fucking terrorist.
People were mad about this episode because Daenerys does not have the Iron Throne, or Daenerys did not die giving birth to Jon Snow's kid, or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been foreshadowed this whole time, and it's like, do you guys not remember Ned Stark or the Red Wedding? Or
that's like what blows my mind about people bitching about this episode. It's like, what do you expect? This is the same show that had the fucking Red Wedding.
Well, and then
what do you expect?
The Tyrells are gone. Like, a lot of main characters with a lot of great stories didn't end the way you wanted them to end.
Right. Huh?
Yeah. The only thing that, like, I'm upset about is the way that that Cersei died, which I'm sure we can wait to get into, but, like, with all the burning and stuff, which was a little excessive, I'll admit, even though I love her, a little excessive, but I understand. But I was just like, why wouldn't you just kill her yourself?
Right.
With all the burning, what do you mean?
Like the dragon.
You still like Daenerys after that?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Come on, you can't
Evil
be
fuck.
that, like, upset.
Yeah. She's gonna die.
Jesus Christ, you sound like...
And I'm okay with it.
You sound like when Toph was on doing the Avengers, like, Endgame thing. He's like, the Thanos, like, finger snap. It's like, dude, I think our world needs it. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. You're fucking evil.
Oh, that's not... No. I mean, I get, like, there was a bunch of innocent people, but, like... Come on, she's just been lied to, fucked over, like, so many times, having to believe people and all that shit. Like,
I will say this: if Cersei didn't cut off Missandei's head, none of this would have happened.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you're gonna be a fucking ruler, or you want to sit on the Iron Throne, the whole point of her character for the last 8 years was that she was going to be a peaceful leader. And now she's the Mad Queen of Westeros.
She wanted to save the people.
Yeah.
She gave chance after chance of, like, all right, try to do this, then do this, and I won't burn it down. I get that it finally did happen, but, like, Tyrion promised her, like, 100 times, it seems like, just let me talk to her, I can figure it out. And then what happens?
But they rang the bells. They rang the bells.
Tyrion was actually correct. Tyrion was, like, 100% correct. Everything that he said was supposed to happen happened. And
for once,
all the time.
Well, yeah, tell Missandei that.
Well, that he thought he could get to her, which Cersei should have listened to. They're trying to find the most peaceful outcome possible. I understand that from Tyrion. Like, he's sick of all, like, the fighting and stuff. But let's go back to.
But then Dany trusted him, and, like, most of the time it just wasn't working. And she was like, "All right, you know what? Fuck this. I'm finally pissed off. I don't give a fuck."
I think it was more than that. I think she literally just lost her mind.
Mm-hmm.
She lost Jorah. She lost Missandei.
Her dragon.
She's losing the war. She doesn't have the love of the people. She lost her dragon.
Aquaman.
It's the it's the Targaryen madness. It finally just hit her.
Yeah, and she'll go back to normal. Hey, one outrage out of 7 years. Come on, that's pretty good.
So anyway, what this just proves is that women can't rule the world. I mean, duh. Manpower. Woohoo! I'm joking. That was a joke. It was a joke, people. That was a joke. Jesus. This is why the show's called Offended. God bless you. Did you get offended, Katie?
Yeah, you're not going to wake up with a dick tomorrow, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, you gonna be Grey Worm?
You be castrated.
You gonna be Reek?
You gonna be Reek?
Todd Reek.
Wow. I can't believe it took this long to figure that out. But
I'm on fire like King's Landing, baby. Let's go.
I did see a meme that had like the dragon like over the city, and before it like burned anything, all of a sudden it just goes, "Burn it down!" And then it cuts to Seth Rollins just doing like a shoulder shrug, like, "Uh-oh, didn't mean that."
My favorite is the SpongeBob meme where it's Patrick and SpongeBob in the middle of the burning city, and SpongeBob's like, "We did it, Patrick. We saved the city."
It's burning down.
It's Danny and the dragon.
Let's rewind. Actually, that's a good way to end the show. Talk about our favorite memes from so far, from the last episode, because that's hilarious. I have them on my phone somewhere. But so let's rewind to the beginning of the episode. Why am I drawing a blank? It picks up like right where Missandei gets her head cut off, doesn't it?
I can't remember. I get so excited.
Why are you whispering?
I think it starts off with Tyrion and Dany talking like at her little place or whatever.
That's right. And then
then it rolls
Lord
into
Varys.
Lord Varys, who just gets
trying to poison her food.
Yeah, see, so I mean, come on, she has nobody to trust. She can't even trust those people.
I mean, hey, Lord Varys was kind of correct. I mean,
oh, he was totally right. He was like, just still being.
He was basically
a
like,
spider.
She's gonna. Oh yeah. Like he was trying to kill her, which isn't right. But what was right is the fact that he was like, she's gonna lose her mind, and we gotta stop her now before something happens. And then they got caught, which I thought that part was rushed, and then I thought Jaime getting captured was rushed. Like why couldn't you have shown Jaime get like captured or like caught?
Right.
Yeah,
like,
that was
that really
taken down. Yeah.
Was that really like such like you had to skip over that? Like just show that.
Yeah.
And I think one of the plot holes in this episode for me was obviously everybody would have known Jaime was missing by the next day when they're all going to war. And Tyrion's still commanding. Like, Tyrion's still in a position of power.
Yeah, they didn't say anything
They
about
didn't address that at all. It's like, obviously, Jaime Lannister disappeared the night before. Where the fuck is Jaime? Why? I wonder who let him out. And it's obviously Tyrion. Why is Tyrion either not confronted about it, put in
I think
chains?
you might see that on the last episode. I could see him getting killed by Daenerys.
Maybe.
Fuck, I don't want that to happen at all.
I don't think Tyrion's going to die, actually. At this
But she might not know that he set him free.
Of course he set him free. Who else would have done it?
No. She might not know.
He told the guards.
Actually,
you know what I mean? It's not a secret that Tyrion was the last person to see Jaime.
Actually, I could see Tyrion like hiding somewhere from her, like
so it's all safe.
Mm-hmm.
Or someone protecting him enough, yeah.
And I think that somebody might be Jon Snow,
or Sansa Stark,
or Bran.
Hope Sansa gets a fucking spear to the heart.
She's the good one. She's been right.
Jim, she actually was nice to her direwolf and was sad when it died. And then adopted it. And then adopted it after her dog was killed off.
La 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 la. I can't hear you.
And she does body shots, and she's married to one of the Jonas Brothers. Nerd.
Got married in Las Vegas at the little wedding chapel.
Yeah, okay, but I think she's got a crazy side to her too, where like she might not be peaceful.
I don't think so. I just don't think she trusts Daenerys, and I think now she's definitely gonna be like, "Told you so." Should listen to me.
Well, maybe she shouldn't have fucking opened her fat, stupid mouth about who Jon Snow was. Or maybe Jon Snow shouldn't have said anything.
Yep, yeah, I was gonna say, blame Jon Snow for fucking saying anything.
Yeah, so
he's too honest though, and that's what get the Starks killed.
Yep.
He's a punk.
He's a punk.
No, he's not. He just doesn't like dogs.
He's totally a dragon guy, you know?
Obviously not. He didn't fly on the one that got killed. Oh, that one got shot down? Oh my god, I was supposed to be on that one. Oh, wow, my bad. I'm on this horse. Wow, how unfortunate.
Was he flying on that one, or was he flying on the one that Daenerys was flying on?
No, he's flying on the other one.
He was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the green one, right?
But he pet the other one, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, just want to point out, I predicted how the Hound and the Mountain were going to die. I predicted that in the first episode. Pat me on the back.
Them fighting?
We all knew that they were going to kill each other.
No, but I said they're going to fall off a building, and that's how they're both going to die.
Well, we'll have to review the tapes.
Review the tapes. Go ahead. I said that they're going to be falling, and that's how they're going to die. They're going to, die fighting each other.
Well, we all knew they were going to die fighting each other.
Well, I mean it falling while still fighting.
We'll have to review the tapes.
Review the fucking tapes. I don't fucking
care. We'll have to review the tapes.
Not a big deal by me. Last week, I said to you, Katie, on the couch, I go, Arya's going to fucking kill Daenerys. It's not going to be Cersei. Everybody they want you to think it's Cersei. It's going to be Daenerys.
You did say that. I'll give you credit for that one. Which hasn't happened yet, but I think that's
and
shout out to
Taryn. He said, no, that won't happen. I can't wait to text Taryn and be like, it happened. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh my god, just the battle to be right between you two is just
Told you so.
Annoying.
I can't wait for it not to be right.
Oh my god, Jim, we'll have to have a party.
I know.
No, dude, she's fucking pissed off now. She's definitely killing Daenerys.
Can we talk about that fight scene with the Clegane Bowl?
The Hound in the Mountain?
Did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, he was harder to kill than the Night King.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the one where it was like, oh, that guy was hard to kill. Well, that guy's a fucking... That guy wasn't even real.
Yeah, he's a Frankenstein.
Well, the part leading up to that fight...
20 packages of ketchup!
The end of, the Arya Hound relationship was, so sad to me.
Yeah, it was.
So sad.
Because it showed that he had a heart.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, it's you got to see, that compassionate side to the hard ass of where he was just he went from hating this girl to, realizing, holy shit, this chick's like me, but she's smarter.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost it's like she was his, the daughter he never had. And,
his little sister.
Yeah, where it was hey, you're like me. You're probably just as badass, but you're smarter. And I'm going to make sure you don't make my mistakes. I was just oh my God, when she's thank you. And he's just he doesn't say anything back. He's just kind of gives that look. I'm oh my God,
the
no.
look of I love you. Go
no.
Be safe.
Yeah. I was
I'm
no, this is going to be sad.
Away.
Mm-hmm. But I think she walked away because she knows if he's saying, because of all the people, if he's saying that, I think she realized all right, definitely have to go now. But this is where I kind of wish the episode that we saw on Sunday was this Sunday's episode, and that's one of the things I wish we could have gotten a couple more scenes of Arya and the Hound riding the horses together, just talking.
Been nice.
I think I think the dialogue between the two would have been really good. I think it would have shown
just
another
maybe
side.
One more episode to include more trap, because in all the other past episodes, past seasons, there's always been moments of travel, moments of stopping, and there have not been.
No.
Which I think would have made it feel less rushed, even if certain parts were rushed. Yeah. But the travel, I think, would have.
And again, I'm not going to let that ruin the show for me. Some people,
not.
But that's my one thing I really wish we could have saw was them riding the horse together,
or Jamie getting captured, little pieces.
Yeah. There's part of me in that fight where I'm I wish Arya would have stayed because they both would obviously killed the Mountain like easily.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like that would have been awesome to see. Then those two would have been like fucking, she maybe saves him somehow or some way, or he saves her in the fight. But then also you don't get that dramatic one-on-one that everybody's been waiting for between those two.
What about the way Cersei's hand dies? The Mountain just takes him, just chucks him.
Qyburn?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like the weakest kill of the whole show. It was just like I'm just gonna throw this old man and he's just gonna die.
His head's just gonna explode on a rock.
So,
but the fucking meme that you sent me, Jim, I was fucking dying laughing at.
Which one?
The Office one where Cersei
yeah.
walking in between the
yeah.
Mountain and the Hound. Is Jim walking in between Dwight and Andy.
Yeah. Oh god, that was funny.
So Qyburn in the books actually is like a lot more Hannibal Lecter, kind of evil, creepy kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
Like they go into more detail about what his experiments actually entail and like how bad of a motherfucker he is. Like that's why Cersei likes him, obviously, because he has no morals, basically. So that death for him, him getting just like shattered is, from the person that I know he is kind of nice.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, the way you describe him in the book, I feel like he wasn't too much like that in the show. Like I feel like he was more like he had to do bad things, but he also like had morals and like a conscience, like he was trying to do the right thing when he was doing the bad thing. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, that's not how he is in the book, and I don't think that's meant to be maybe how he was supposed to be portrayed.
See, I didn't think that at
They
all.
just didn't spend a lot of time on him.
He was just an evil prick in the show.
In the books, they make it very well known that he is kind of a sick bastard and enjoys hurting people or enjoys experimenting and all that stuff. So.
Yeah.
And side note, Lord Vase has hair, which is weird to see outside of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of him with like a full set of hair and a full beard, and I was like, well, that's weird.
You know why they have him bald?
Why is that?
Because when they cut his balls off when he was little, they make it seem like he has no hormones to grow the hair, so he's bald everywhere.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
Okay, so let's go to right before Daenerys turns heel.
So Cersei and Jaime die.
No, before Daenerys turns heel.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry. Spoiler.
I mean, I think everybody's seen the episode, but Jaime arrives and the fucking dragon, Daenerys and the dragon just fucking take out the Iron Fleet, just easily take them out.
Which I was surprised by, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they knew what they were firing for, but
and the people of Westeros are trying to escape, and you see Jaime Lannister just in Westeros. And what's his name? Who was on the Iron Fleet? Euron. He jumps out, survives. Damn it. And then, what happened like right before Daenerys turns?
well, Jaime can't get in the city. Jaime can't get in the city, so he's ends up fighting Euron Greyjoy.
Yeah, so he sneaks off to the side, but then something happened. Didn't that happen while when Daenerys
Oh yeah, you're
right.
right.
Kind of, it's parallel.
What did
there was
happen?
one other thing, wasn't there?
Jon Snow and his army enters the city, and everybody drops their weapons, but at the same time, Sir Davos is sneaking off people. And,
No, you're getting it mixed up. That's during.
Then I'm confused.
Are you talking about when they were just standing out in front of the castle?
Yeah.
Like the King's Landing?
Yeah.
I don't know if anything happened. I think it was just suspenseful because they all were standing there, and then they were.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Tyrion told Jon Snow, if you hear the bells, call everybody off, and then.
That's what it was. That's all. That's all it was. It was
I think that's all it
you
was.
hear
It's
the
kind
bells.
of suspenseful, and then.
I do want to say the scene with Jaime Lannister and Tyrion when Tyrion frees him. It was sad because it was to me, I looked at that scene of like those two actors actually just saying goodbye to each other because this is going to be the last scene that they filmed together. Like, it was totally like when I was watching that scene, I'm like, oh, one of them is definitely dying this episode. This was totally a goodbye to these two characters, like in a way, or to at least one of them. Like that was their like last like nice like scene together.
Yeah. I think it was more sex. I just felt bad for like Tyrion because he was just like, God, fuck, like you were the only one that liked me, and then we've had all these tiffs and stuff, and back together. Like they went through like a lot, and it was just like, God damn it, my brother's probably gonna die, and this is sad.
Yep. And yeah, then all that happens. Then we have Jon Snow, Grey Worm staring down like face to face with all the like the
Lannister army.
Yeah, like the army. And Tyrion standing in the back, like, come on. He's like, doesn't he keep saying, like, ring the bell, like, he's saying it, like, to himself. Then you hear all, like, the people, like, screaming, like, in the back, ring the bell, ring the bell. The bell rings. Daenerys is looking forward, Tyrion's looking forward, they're all facing forward. The army drops their drops their swords. And Daenerys is looking around, she's like, where the fuck's the Undertaker at? She gets pissed and then takes off. Right? That's how it happened.
Yeah, that's how it happened.
But when she was just staring forward and took off flying, I was like, no. They show like all those kids and the women and all these random people, like innocent people, like running around. And then they see the fucking dragon just burn them all. I was like, oh my god. Like she legit just lost her mind. Like my jaw was like dropped for that next like 10 minutes. And then Grey Worm fucking launching his spear at the armless army. I was like, what the fuck, man?
That was badass, though, the way he threw that.
It was.
But he had enough, too. He lost his mind.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And Jon Snow was just, like, froze. And I don't know what it is. I love those scenes of, like, the noise cancellation, like, in the background. And it, like, slows everything down. Yeah. And, like, he's, like, looking around, like, letting everything, like, set in. I love scenes like that where it's like you hear like
all you hear is like the breathing almost kind of.
Yeah, you hear like the ringing like from his ears and like stuff, and it's like goddamn, like. And then,
that was really well done.
Yeah, and he just looks at Davos like, "Fuck," like, like what the fuck just happened? And
damn it, I should have fucked her again.
Yeah, he's yelling at all the army like to fucking stand back, retreat, and all this stuff, and they're not listening to him. Then he starts like killing his own people because like they're trying
raping people and
so all that's Davos is sneaking out people, like getting them to safety, and then you don't really see Tyrion. Like he's just kind of standing there with his jaw dropped. Does he go anywhere? You don't see him like leave anywhere, right? Like the last scene that we see him, he was just still like facing like kind of like in shock.
I think he walks through some dead people, like the sellswords that Cersei hired. I think he walks through.
That's right. Yeah,
those people. But
so that all happens, and now we're cutting to Jaime and Euron fighting each other, and that scene—that's just a brutal fight scene. Like
that's why I like Game of Thrones, though. It's real.
Yeah,
like fight scenes aren't always epic or always heroic, or it's like sometimes you just gotta pick up what you have and kill him.
And then when he stabs Jaime the first time, like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me! Not this asshole's gonna kill Jaime. Come on.
Yeah.
And then Jaime basically kills it. Well, from what we know, we don't even know if he like is dead for sure.
I have him as dead on my list,
which I'm assuming he is.
I think his eyes went glassy.
Well, no,
Euron.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I think he did. I think he did.
I think
he died. Sorry. I think him being like, at the end where he's like, I killed Jaime Lannister or something like that. I think that was like, he's like, hey, if I'm going to die, at least I went out killing this guy.
How did he, I'm the man that killed Jaime Lannister. And he's just looking forward. Yeah. And
he did.
Let's not, so I think I've kind of cracked the code for the last episode in a way. I'll tell you in a bit. Jesus, that's a good look, Katie. She has like a Kleenex just hanging out of her nose. Like you would think her nose is bleeding.
Allergies are killing me.
It's like the typical like female move when they have like a stuffy nose. They just shove fucking tissues up there. Mm-hmm. Hey, hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm Squidward.
Babe.
So that happens. Jaime gets stabbed a bunch of times, and he's like wounded, walking towards go find Cersei. Daenerys, full blown heel turn, Hulk Hogan NWO style, fucking just turning on the people, man.
Which I did not expect, honestly.
I didn't expect it.
I just was like, "Fuck!"
I expected
I was so upset.
I expected her to turn on the Starks on the last episode, like on the series finale,
but not the murdering of women and children and peasants.
I was not expecting like this full blown evil turn. Like
this was bad.
Yeah, she became a terrorist.
I think it was like Hitler bad. Like if you would put it in perspective of like real world stuff, this was bad.
She's a terrorist.
Oh, you guys are just overreacting.
What?
She killed thousands of people.
Hundreds of thousands of people for no reason other than she just lost her mind. Like
they won. The bells rang. She won.
Yeah, I get that, but I mean, come on, Hitler. Let's not get too crazy. I mean, it was bad.
Saying Hitler's real, so it's really not a good comparison, I guess. But
it was bad. But
it's as bad as Hitler.
But
fuck
kinda,
that.
if it was real world life,
no, Hitler had no frustration other than like he was like a shitty human being. Dany had like some legit reasoning behind what she wanted to do or why she did what she did.
Still don't do that. Like, I mean, Jim, if like you're my best friend and like if somebody fucked you over a lot and you just went on like a killing spree like that, I'd be like, you know what? I don't think we could be friends anymore, man. Like.
Yeah, you didn't like. You know what? You didn't like little fuck up. You like big fucked up.
Yeah. I would just have to accept that.
You know, like,
I have to accept that you don't want to be my friend anymore.
You go out, you get drunk, and like I might get a little crazy. And
like Jon Snow in the next episode is going to be like, you know what, Daenerys, this isn't working out. Like, I don't think we can be together anymore.
I will admit, I was like really shocked by it. It was bad, but I thought she was just going to fly straight to Cersei.
That's what I thought. Smart. And then she started fucking just lighting up the entire city. I was like, oh my god. Like,
yeah, well, those people chanted for Ned Stark to die. We didn't hate Ned Stark, did we?
Not everybody. There was only like a couple hundred people in that scene, not hundreds of thousands of people. Not the children. Those children weren't even born yet, Jim.
They were probably all busy at that time. Couldn't make it.
They're peasants, Jim. They're not smart. They're only worried about food and sex.
I'm just saying I understand how angry she was.
So, and then we have Jaime. Jaime meets up with Cersei. And you almost kind of feel bad for Cersei a little bit.
I cried. I totally cried. I was like, why the fuck am I crying?
They legit pulled off a double turn in this episode of Game of Thrones. They pulled off when they turned Ziggler and Del Rio heel and face. It's similar to that, you know? You know what I mean?
You felt bad for Cersei?
You feel bad for her, I think, because of Jaime.
It just is a sad... they're just both fucked up. They couldn't love each other. So they became these evil fucking people put in bad situations. Cersei's a bad motherfucker. You have to remember, Cersei blew up a quarter of the city when she blew up the temple with all those people inside.
Yeah, Jim.
Cersei was bad.
Yeah, Jim.
Yeah, I don't feel bad for her at all.
She didn't kill as many people as fucking Daenerys did.
She did not.
Yeah, well, she ran her city like shit. She had her fucking piece of crap son that whoever the king was the first time that...
I'm Daenerys. I want the Iron Throne. Oh, wait, somebody else is gonna have it now? Okay. No, I'm gonna freak the fuck out and be a little spoiled, rotten brat and fucking burn down half a city. I'm not gonna get what I want. I'm gonna tweet about it later.
Well, Cersei was just a biggest whiny little bitch. I felt zero sympathy. I was more upset that that's how she died. Like, I really wanted either Arya or somebody to, like, fucking slit her goddamn throat, or I wanted Dany to just set her on fire.
I legit thought that Jaime was gonna stab her, like, when they, like, met up. I thought he was just gonna I thought he was just gonna, like, stab her and then, like, collapse, and then everything was gonna collapse on them.
My Twitter prediction was almost right. I thought the same thing. I was like, he's gonna stab her right now. And he didn't. I was like, ugh.
Nope,
damn.
They came into this world together and they left it together.
I just thought it was a stupid
poetic
for
justice.
her to die. I wanted her to get like fucking slaughtered.
Okay, Daenerys.
Just saying.
Then, so all that happens. Jon Snow retreats, and the city's basically burning alive. And I think the final thing that we haven't touched on was Arya fucking
Arya
running.
Stark.
That sequence was so fucking cool and well done on that episode. The way she's running around, like trying to like evade like all the explosions,
waking up after being knocked out.
Yeah, that scene was so well done. You get kind of attached to those two people that like she was trying to help. Like it's the first time we ever seen those people. You're like, oh my god, help them, help them, help them, help them.
They're there again.
Then they get burned alive.
Yep, holding each other.
Yeah, she's holding her kid. They get burned alive. Arya's just like looking around.
Only survivor.
Yeah, she's
the only fucking survivor out of that.
She's looking around and she sees the white horse, almost like everything's gonna be okay, almost in a way. Like you're gonna get through this. Like it's kind of like symbolism. Like she's gonna be the white knight, like in a way. So she rode off, and what I think she is going, I don't think she stayed in Westeros. I think she rode back to Winterfell to tell them what happened, right? They're going to come back to Westeros, and you're going to have your last battle, basically. And I think...
What do you mean Westeros? They're going to come back to where?
Arya is going back there.
To Winterfell.
Winterfell.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry,
isn't that what I said?
Sure.
You said Winterfell, then you said Westeros.
Oh, yeah. Going back to Westeros. Sorry, W's, whatever. But she's going to ride back to Winterfell to tell everybody what happened. And I think when they're there, this is what I think. When they're there, fucking Theon's sister is going to be there. And they're going to get them to join up with them to go fight Daenerys. That's what I think.
I don't know.
And
I have no idea what's going to happen this episode.
I think we're going to see a fucking final like battle sequence between like Jon Snow and Grey Worm for sure. I think that's definitely happening. And then I think that Arya's going to kill Daenerys.
It'd be dope if Arya's just sitting on
the dragon,
like little throne at her place, waiting for her.
Dude, what if? So I was talking to Katie about this yesterday. What if they like Daenerys like tells like the dragon to execute Jon Snow, and the dragon won't do it?
I told you this.
Oh, you said that. Yeah, you said that.
Thanks.
What if the like? Well, then fucking say it.
Well, I just think that because Jon Snow's Targaryen, that the dragon won't actually hurt him, no matter what Daenerys says.
And then while that's going on, you might see Arya just pop up out of nowhere and just cut off Daenerys' head.
Honestly, what I see happening, aside from the prediction that Arya is going to kill someone with green eyes, that's why I don't necessarily think this is going to happen, but I could see a good ending being Daenerys just like getting confronted by everybody. Nobody knows how to fucking kill her because she's got a dragon. And then her and the dragon just riding back off over to Valyria. And just basically dying over in Valyria. And then Westeros is fine and left alone.
I don't know how, but in some way, I think Sansa plays a huge part in how Dany dies.
I think so too. Or Bran.
Yeah, I think because she wasn't in this last episode at all, was she?
Nope.
So I think she has a huge role in this last episode somehow. I think
so too.
Somehow, some way, she plays a big role in what happens. Maybe she just dies. God, what the fuck's Bran gonna do?
Maybe Bran or Sansa takes the Iron Throne. Because Jon Snow doesn't want it.
Tyrion and Sansa.
Yeah, Tyrion would totally be Sansa's hand.
I think they're going to be married. They are married.
They are married in Westeros.
This is true. I don't know. Maybe nobody dies. Maybe they just like sit down. Maybe Tormund shows up with some giant smoke and is like, "Can we just talk this out, guys? Me and Ghost have been thinking. What if me and Ghost just take over for a little bit?"
And then Bronn walks in. He's like, "What did I miss? Cersei dead? Fucking sweet. I didn't like her on the show or in real life. Let's sing up on the roof."
Oh my god.
I wonder if there's gonna be a mixture of like sad ending but like happy ending. You know
I think so.
I think so.
I think so.
I think it's going to resolve. I just don't know if it'll be happy. It's just going to be an ending.
There's going to be an ending. Like, I think there's going to be for sure a definitive ending. But at the same time, I said this on episode 1. I'm like, what if it's a fucking loop and the episode ends with like Jon Snow getting his head cut off like Ned Stark and it cuts to black?
Oh, I would not like that. I need an ending.
That is the ending.
No, I need like a...
Basically, the ending is it's like life. It just constantly goes. We're on a wheel and the wheel keeps spinning.
Sound like Stephen King.
I sound like Stephen King?
Yeah, that's his series, the 7-book series, the Dark Tower series. It's basically, he literally says, like, life is a wheel.
It is.
Time is a wheel.
It really is. I think CM Punk said that actually on an episode of Raw, where he's like, I understand I'm this gear on a wheel, and you can take that gear out and somebody else is going to be the other gear and they're going to put that gear in and the wheel's just going to keep spinning. That could be Game of Thrones.
Well, I mean, the Game of Thrones is always going to be played.
Exactly.
It's never going to end.
Exactly. That's why I really think the ending could be Jon Snow getting his head cut off like Ned Stark.
Or Ned Stark wakes up and it's a dream.
Oh, God, that's so played. Those
dream.
Endings are so played out. If the show has nothing to, if like a movie or a show has nothing to do, if it's like Inception, right? And that would make sense then if it was like a dream, because it's about dreams. That makes sense. But if it's just like a random fucking thing and it's just a dream, that's like, God damn, it's such a cliche ending. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It would just be such a cop out.
It's gonna be weird. There's so many ways this thing could end.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just really don't want Sansa to take over the throne.
Oh, she's taking over something.
I think she might.
Just not sold on her.
Twist, since the creators of Game of Thrones are now writing the next 3 Star Wars movies, fucking Luke Skywalker just pops up at the end, and this is actually the galaxy far, far away. Lightsabers come in.
Oh, I'd be so pissed about that.
Oh, it'd be awesome. Vader comes down and just...
No!
Yeah, everybody dies at the end because they got taken out by the Death Star by Darth Vader. It's a prequel. Game of Thrones is actually a prequel to the first Star Wars movie.
I wonder what happens. I wonder if they're going to have anything where Jon Snow finds out that his bitch-ass sister is the one that ended up telling everybody, and I wonder if that causes a little tiff in the fam.
I don't think so. I don't
Probably
think there's
not anymore because
there's not enough time to tell that story.
Daenerys went crazy anyways.
I love how they didn't show anything for the next episode. They just showed Daenerys just looking out over her army, like a crazy person too.
I don't know.
Maybe Tyrion kills Daenerys, and he's called the Queenslayer, like his brother.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
What if Tyrion kills himself? I don't mean that in a funny way either. What if he's just
I could see that.
If he's maybe he just starts to feel guilty for, in a way how he's trying to do the right thing but nothing's working, and he's just I'm not good enough for this. I don't know.
I could see that.
Oh, I'd be so sad.
It would be.
Fuck.
I'm not expecting a happy episode on Sunday at all. I think you might get a final last 10 minutes of happiness, but I could actually just see the last scene being really sad. I'm not expecting anything happy on Sunday. The only thing I'm expecting happy is Arya killing Daenerys. I think that might be your only thing.
I don't.
And I could see Arya just disappearing after this.
I don't want her to kill Daenerys because then I feel really bad for the dragon. The dragon doesn't have any siblings.
It's
only got its mom, and now it's all by itself.
It's got Jon Snow.
It is Jon Snow.
So fucking sad.
It's got Jon Snow.
No, it's not going to love Jon Snow.
I think it does already. It let him pet him.
Mm-hmm. You know what it was? Jon Snow won't love the dragon.
Yeah, he'll put him away like Ghost.
Yeah, he pet the dragon and not Ghost. Just want to throw that out there. And I think they go back to the north. They get the Iron, or not the Iron Fleet, but what's Theron's sister's name?
Yara.
Yara. I think she's dead, man. I think she died on one of them ships.
No, she sailed away, remember? She let Theon go, and they got away.
I thought she got captured.
No, Theon fucking saved her and set her free, and he's like, I want to go help the Starks. And she's like, you do that. And so I think they could come back in, and I also think fucking Torment's going to come back, because he loved the big girl.
Yeah, I think Kim and Brienne are going to...
So I think the Starks might have their army. Like, I think that's probably what it's going to be. That's like the only logical thing that I can think of, because there's no way that like only the remaining people at Winterfell can defeat like Daenerys and her army. So it's like they're going to have to get another army from somewhere, and that's like one of the few armies like remaining. Like,
it's going to be a stressful episode.
Mm-hmm. I do not want to watch it with you.
No. I'll watch it by myself.
Oh my god, I know if there's a hockey... Oh my god. There's going to be a hockey game that day. Jesus Christ.
Money in the Bank.
Oh god.
So much
can we just
stress.
Can we just get a break for once from stress?
Nope.
Dear Lord. I'm trying to get healthy over here.
Yeah, I'm trying to get healthy. So yeah, that's kind of wraps up Game of Thrones. I guess it kind of wraps up our preview and the review. Real quick before we get into our 3 dragon eggs. What were some of your favorite memes from this past episode?
Obviously I really liked the SpongeBob one. That was hilarious. I'm trying to think of some other memes I saw. I can't think of any off the top of my head right now.
Dude, the one that you, I think, retweeted, I was fucking dying at. This is the guy in the car where it's like, the caption said, when Daenerys just burnt down like half of Westeros, the guy goes, well, goddamn, okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, goddamn.
Well, okay, goddamn.
Okay, goddamn. Yeah. That one was good.
Fuck. There's one of Joey fucking like, it shows the bell ringing and it shows Joey from Friends like smiling, and then it shows the dragon burning down half of Westeros, and Joey's like next face, his eyes are like really big.
There's this one looking at this one now, it's when Arya sees the white horse, and somebody's caption is, laugh my ass off, Bran ordered Arya an Uber. Oh man,
I just saw that Tormund and Ghost spin-off like meme.
Oh, is that a real meme?
Yeah. I'm drawing a blank on these.
Here.
Are we talking about our favorite meme?
Yeah. Be careful.
There's one that says it's Dany like in the earlier season where she's getting like held up, and everybody when like she frees all those people and she's like they're all like waving to her or whatever, they're like cheering for her, and she's getting like she's on somebody's shoulders. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. When she freed all those slaves.
Yeah, and like she's like smiling, looking at all the people, and it says on a campaign trail, like a political campaign trail, and it shows her smiling, and then it says in government, and it's fucking the dragon burning the city.
I was laughing at one that said apologies to anyone who named their kid Khaleesi or Dany after Game of Thrones.
I know. I wouldn't name my kid anything after something that you don't know how it's going to resolve.
We did it, Patrick. We saved the city. That's just such a fucking good one.
I just sent you one, Jim. I just want to hear your reaction.
Ghost going north with Torment next episode. He's just looking out the window. What a poor guy. Oh, man. Oh, man. There was a bunch of good ones. I can't
think of them. There was a shitload I saw, and I was just fucking dying like Adam.
Okay, here's a good one. It's so it's this guy dancing on a balcony, and there's like 3 people he's looking down at who are dancing with him. And it says, "Danny ruined the 7 kingdoms after this last episode." Oh God.
There's one. This one says, "Give a woman the dick, she saves the world, kills the Night King. Deny her that dick, and she will burn that shit to the ground."
Pretty much. Yeah, that's pretty true.
Yeah.
We did it, Patrick.
Such a great meme. City.
Such a great meme. Oh man. There's one that shows Sansa like looking at Jon Snow. It says, "I swear it," and on the back it looks like she's sticking like a post-it note to the back of Jon Snow, and it says his name is Aegon Targaryen.
6 of his name.
Oh, here's a good one. It's what's the comedian's name who he's in that meme where he's like, let me in.
Oh, Eric Andre.
Yeah, so it's him, and it's one of his sketches where he shoots a guy sitting in a chair, and it's Daenerys being him shooting the guy shooting Varys, and then it turns around, he's looking at the camera, and the caption says, "Blame Sansa."
This one shows Missandei saying Jakari's, and it shows the dragon in the background with like really far away. The caption says, "What? Like right now?" Like,
oh God! Here's a good one.
The SpongeBob meme of basically from Daenerys is hilarious. It's being used like everywhere now. It shows Missandei saying Jakari's, and it shows her going Jakari's.
Here's a good one. Tyrion, she won't betray us. Cersei betrays them. Tyrion, she won't go mad. Dany goes mad. Tyrion, and then it's the Pikachu meme where his mouth's just wide open.
It's so it shows Theon like floating up to heaven, and he gets to the gate, and it's just Bolton Ramsay. He goes, "Oh, nice to see you again, Reek."
Oh God!
And, last one I found, it said, "Where the fuck was Jon Snow? Or where the fuck was John Wick when you need him, Ghost?"
No doubt.
Right.
Oh my God! Sorry, one more. This is a good one. It says, "Meanwhile, Tormund and Ghost," and it's a picture of this girl with like a white husky, and they're just like smiling, taking a picture. Oh man! All right,
great.
Good radio describing memes.
I know, right? It's still funny.
Oh man!
If you didn't get that, then pay attention to the show better.
I got it. I wasn't even looking at things.
I got it.
Get it.
Shut the fuck up.
Who wants to go first with their 3 dragon eggs before we get out of here?
Oh, I forgot about the dragon eggs.
Next week's our last episode.
I know.
It's our last episode of Game of Thrones Talk 2, or what I like to call 2 lords and a lady.
2 lords.
It's like 3 men and a baby.
Dragon eggs. I guess I'll have to say that I still like Tyrion.
My first dragon egg is...
Tyrion is still alive.
Ooh,
I'm still happy about that. I still like Tyrion's
shut
character. So, 1 dragon egg for Tyrion.
Keep
I keep going?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3.
There you go.
Second dragon egg. What are you trying to tell me to do? I can't do both at once.
You can't wipe your nose and talk at the
No,
same
I
time?
can't. Second dragon egg is Arya is a badass bitch. I think I say that every week. She's gonna kill some bad person. And 3, I am just happy that the show is ending, because a lot of shows go too long, don't ever have an ending, or go past their ending, or like Supernatural should have ended at season 5, and they're like season 13 now or something stupid.
Nobody
and it's
really
just
cares about that shit.
I'm saying the storyline was good and then it sucked. So like at least the writers are ending it and they are closing it, and I like that. So those are my 3.
Yeah, they got to get paid billions of dollars by Disney to go make Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
Yep. My first dragon egg, obviously an unpopular opinion, but I still have faith in Dany. I think everything will be okay and forgiven. Everybody just calm down.
Jim, that's not happening.
Yes, it will.
Yeah, everything will be fine. It's fine. You're literally, oh my god, you are literally the meme of the dog sitting in the burning house, but the house is at Westeros. Like, everything is fine. Everything.
fine.
This is fine. I'm fine.
Why I am Lord Stoutsy, the House of Misery.
Oh my god, how has nobody posted that yet? We need to post that.
I can handle this.
Just sitting in Westeros, like, everything's fine.
My number 2, the Hound. So sad to see him go. It was his time, obviously, but he's just the man. Like, the more you just think about his whole character, like, he was just a badass, and I think his like story, like, arc as a character was like one of the best. The way it was like, because he's at like the end where he's like, he's still a badass, but you do get to see that like soft side to him, where it's like he does care. He cared all along. He just put on that hard shell. So yeah, R.I.P. the Hound. And my number 3 was kind of contradicts my number 1, but I'm Team Arya, and if she kills Dany, then I'm fine with it, because Arya's just the badass.
Right.
So, but does she get 2 huge kills in this show? Does she get the huge kills?
Yeah, she's been
know.
training this whole time.
I think she does.
It would be awesome. So yeah, like Lord Katie said, fucking, she's just a badass. Obviously immortal too.
Well, yeah, for now at least.
Katie's smiling so much because you just called her Lord Katie.
You call me Lord Katie. It's Lady Katie,
Whatever.
House of Naked.
Whatever, Brienne.
I'll take it. She's a bad bitch too.
Little crybaby bitch.
Her hormones are all out of whack. Oh my god.
Oh, but Dany's aren't. Okay, you know what? Not gonna do it.
My first dragon egg is R.I.P. to that man rocket, Jaime Lannister. I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss him on the show. And I looked at his upcoming like filmography. It does not look good, like at all, compared to like Tyrion and like fucking Jon Snow and Daenerys and Sophie Turner. Like, they all have big movies like lined up. Jaime Lannister, on the other hand, these movies do not sound or look good.
He'll be all right.
And I hope so. I like that actor, but
he made enough money. Maybe he wanted to take a little break. Maybe he didn't want to do anything too huge. He just wanted to.
Right. Actually, I take that back. Jon Snow actually has nothing lined up after Game of Thrones. I looked at his IMDb. I think he's like taking a break for a little bit.
Maybe you should do a movie where people care about dogs. I don't know.
Homeward Bound 3.
Oh my god, Jim, you gotta let ghosts go.
No.
I let 2 of the dragons go. You gotta let a dog go.
It's so hard to say goodbye. My second dragon egg, fuck Daenerys, and my third dragon egg is calling it. Arya's gonna kill Daenerys because she's a bad bitch.
Alrighty.
That's it. Those are my 3 dragon eggs. What?
Nothing?
Oh, it looked like you were gonna say something.
No.
All right, so yeah, that wraps it up for 2 lords and a lady here. I'm offended, but so for the upcoming week, our last Game of Thrones episode will be next week. Yep.
Yeah.
Be our last ones, along with the last episode of Game of Thrones ever.
I might be really sad next week.
I wonder if the episode's gonna be like 2 hours long.
It's gotta be long.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's so much open-ended stuff.
Yeah, the last 2 episodes were an hour and 30 minutes, I think. So, I feel like the last episode has to be like close to 2 hours. It has to be.
Yeah, I think so too.
So yeah, we got that. Hockey Talks will come out on. Actually, it might get posted right after we talk about it tomorrow, just because I think we're going to talk about the Blues and stuff. So you might get a double dosage of Game of Thrones and Hockey Talks for you people tomorrow. Game of Thrones will be out in the morning. But Hockey Talks, baby, series tied 1-1. Let's go Blues! So close. So 3. Let this sink in, ladies and gentlemen. We are 3 fucking wins away from that Stanley Cup final. Playing for the Stanley Cup. 3 wins away.
Yes, sir.
And then we have our regular Offended, which will be out this week. No wrap-up. We might postpone the wrestling wrap-ups till after the Stanley Cup Finals over, just because.
Yeah, we might maybe talk a little bit about Offended for like a little bit, depending on how the week is. But
yeah,
I don't think we're going to give our full attention to a whole episode of wrestling. It's too much going on.
We might get back into it after Game of Thrones, but with Game of Thrones and like hockey right now, it's a lot.
Yeah,
but
it's a lot of stress in this household.
Yeah, no shit. With that being said, you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Periscope at OffendedPod. Make sure to go follow PWP Nation at PWP Nation, all social media platforms as well. Please go to www.prowrestlingtees.com and search Offended, buy our t-shirt. Make sure to go listen to Offended, Hockey Talks, this, all on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio by searching Offended. Subscribe, follow, give us that 5-star rating, baby. Yeah. And you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat, Trick1042. You can follow Stoutsy at
Jimmy James 9417 on Instagram and Twitter, James V Stout on Snapchat.
And you can follow Lady Katie at
Letters I got it. Letters KT_KT_naked lady. That's it.
Naked Lady. I don't have any numbers.
No numbers.
You need to step your Twitter game up.
Yeah. You've been kind of quiet lately. Oh, by the way, I forgot. We'll do our predictions for Money in the Bank on Offended, and I'm the fucking champion right now, aren't I?
Oh, shit.
Yes, you are.
Jim,
I'm coming back to claim my title. You
gotta win. I don't even care if it's you at this time.
I'm not even due. I held the title for so long I needed a break. I deserved it.
You needed a break? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wrote myself off the show. Hey, whose fucking side are you on?
I don't know. My side?
Yeah, you know what fucking sucks? I've been the champion during the time where we least care about wrestling.
Aww.
Makes a lot of sense.
Fuck you.
Basically Brock Lesnar.
Fuck.
Ooh.
Nobody gives a shit when you're champion.
Yeah, nobody really cares.
Nobody cared when Jim was champion either.
Everybody cared when I was champion.
Ratings have dropped.
Shut up. Well, anyway, thank you, everybody, for listening. We'll see you next week for Game of Thrones fans. For hockey fans, we'll see you tomorrow. Or later today. Whatever, if you listen to our Hockey Talks, too. But anyway, for Lord Stoutsy Lady Katie, I'm Lord Tricky. And this has been your Game of Thrones podcast. 2 lords and a lady. Presented by Offended, presented by PWP Nation. We'll see you guys later.
7 blessings, Marks.
7 blessings.